Well, would you look at that? Merry Christmas, everybody. If you don't know who we are, for the last time this year, I am Jeff, and I'm here with...
Justin. Merry Christmas, y'all. Hope this thing finds you well for the holiday season and such.
And this is Juan. Ho, ho, ho.
Quick, small little episode. I know that we had posted that the 12th was going to be the last episode for the year, but I wanted to get this out of my system and maybe make this a tradition. And as one important Canadian man once told me, you don't fuck with tradition. So I just want to go around real quick and talk about what Christmas means to us. We kind of did it for Halloween. I'll go first. Christmas, for a while there, didn't mean much to me. Yeah, I got to see my family. Just as Justin would say, blase blah, just the rigmarole of everything. But since having kids, it has changed my perspective on the holiday again. I feel how, this is probably an oxymoron to say, but I feel how my parents probably felt when I was thrust into the world.
A wee babe.
A wee babe, yes. A wee Italian baby.
A wee youngin'.
But some of my biggest memories...
A baby meatball.
A baby meatball.
I'm not that Italian, but thank you. Yeah. You racist son of a bitch.
Yeah, right. Well, I said it too.
Oh, look. Yeah. Look. It's Christmas dinner.
I'm a baby taco, so what do you say?
No, you're a baby crumpet.
Oh, yeah, crumpet. Yeah, crumpet taco. Taco crumpet?
Choco taco.
So, I like that one.
I guess that makes me a baby sour schnitzel then.
I was gonna,
I was
gonna say something kraut.
Right.
German and Polish.
But
Slovak, which that's just klatschki, and that doesn't really rhyme with anything.
Oh my God, klatschki.
Yeah, they're so good.
I hope my grandma makes some. Anyway, speaking of things I remember.
Jessica's gonna be making some. She makes them every year.
Oh, I fucking love klatschkis.
Yeah.
But so like some of my biggest Christmas memories, especially being a kid, is waking up and the thrill of getting a new video game system. The one Christmas I woke up and I got an N64 with The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and my life completely changed. Or waking up and getting... The one year I will never forget this. My parents told me that if I kept being bad, Santa was going to get me a Barbie. Well, I woke up that Christmas excited as shit because since I can remember, what Christmas is and the concept of it being a thing, up until last night being Christmas Eve, I still can't fall asleep on Christmas Eve. It is the one night a year that I get ecstatic about. I can know exactly what's under that tree, what I'm getting, because I am that kind of person when it comes to Christmas. And I'm still excited for it. I'm just like, yay! It's the little bit of happiness throughout the Christmas season that I guess I still have. But I woke up, I went to go get the presents, and I'm an only child, so it's just me. And I'm ripping through everything, and either my mom or my dad, one of them was like, open that one last. I was like, okay. Ripping through all this stuff, and I rip it open, and it was a Barbie. With a note from Santa that essentially said, I heard you've been a bad little boy. This is what I give little boys that aren't good. And I started to cry, and I got my real present, which was a Wolverine Weapon X with when he's in the tube and he's got all the wires all over his
diagnostic harness.
The wires all over him.
Yeah.
And in that same Christmas, I learned what the word regifting meant, and I gave that Barbie to my cousin. So everybody was happy. But I think the biggest thing in terms of movies that Christmas really harkens back to me is through my stepmom, who the day after Thanksgiving, when they would all get home from Black Friday shopping at 8 o'clock in the morning, and because they'd leave at 11 o'clock at night, she'd come home, she'd already have her coffee and everything, or I'd already have coffee on deck for her. I would have to lug up from either the basement or the attic, wherever it was, wherever we stuffed it last year, her small Christmas village, because she used to get the Christmas houses from like the Christmas village pieces, and this is going to be an odd concept. Some of you who are younger, the mall, like the Macy's Day ones, or like Carson Perry Scott, and I feel old just saying that, but those pieces, whole fucking city on top of the entertainment center. And even going back to being younger with my mom, making food, making Christmas cookies, and now getting to do that with my kids. It's been a blast. But as far as the movies go, my top Christmas movie of all time that will never change is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That movie is so ingrained into my brain that I quote it through the entire year, but more so around this year. And I've probably already watched it.
This time of year.
Yeah.
Actually, you did it on when we did Friendsgiving. You practically, we were all talking and having a good time or whatever, but you would randomly stop and start saying what they were saying in the movie at the exact same time they were saying it. And
That,
I didn't laugh out loud, but inside my head, I was actually chuckling because I thought that was so funny. I was like, I wonder how many times this guy has actually watched the movie in his life to be able to just the quotes off of that movie.
And you know what?
Damn.
To be honest with you, it's probably been more than 100 times. And the quote from that movie that will always stick with me, and hopefully I get to say it one day to my family after a dysfunctional Christmas, is that we're going to have the happiest holiday since Bing Crosby tapped after Danny fucking Kaye. But on the opposite side of that spectrum, like my top two favorite Christmas movies are National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, as I just said, and A Muppet's Christmas Carol. There's no in between for me. Like I'm a big Muppets fan, so being like, oh hey, here's this dysfunctional family, to watching Gonzo play Charles Dickens, who brings his friend who's a rat with him the entire way through. Because in that movie, the line that caught me when I was younger and makes me laugh to this day is when they go back to when Scrooge is little. Fucking Michael Caine in that movie's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he is.
But Sam the Eagle is like, the American way, and Guns was like, hey, the British way, just the comedic like talk, or with doing like the light lamping, like the lamp lighting, and Rizzo's like, he's like, light the lamp, not the rat, light the lamp, like, ah! But since being a parent, my favorite thing to do now is to go to bed, air quotes, wake up and decorate the living room for the kids. I think I've sent you guys pictures in the past couple of years. I cut the wrapping paper up on and put it up so they have like kind of a little walkthrough. Mm-hmm. But my daughter doesn't listen to this podcast, and when she years now when she finds these and she's like, oh, my dad was a nerd, she'll hear this story. So last year, I do my Santa bit, do what I got to do as a dad. I go to bed, I wake up, so my daughter wakes me up, and at a point, she's scared. Because next to the plate of milk and cookies that I had finished and drank, because, again, doing what I have to do, I also left my energy drink. And my daughter was worried that Santa had it, and that if his heart was going to be okay or not. Because it was like, I think it was one.
I remember you telling us that one. That was funny.
No, you did tell us.
I think it was one of my rains, and she was like, "Daddy, is he going to be okay?" And I was like, "What are you talking?" I was like, "Oh, I'm sure he's okay. I'm sure he made it home safe."
Santa Claus was just really jacked at you.
Ooh, what's this?
He was all jacked up on Mountain Dew and didn't come in anybody like a spider monkey.
After our house, he drinks that. He turns into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get all your presents this year, kids.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like Christmas to me, it was fun when I was younger. I'd stay up and watch movies. I do that for every holiday technically. But just again, I was in a drought for so long because I was, fuck it, I'm not going to have a family. And then I met my wife and then kids. And now I have you guys a part of my family. And I absolutely love it because we do a little Friendsmas thing.
Right.
But
no doubt,
just being able to have that family aspect without wanting to choke any of you. I really appreciate it. So that is what...
I'm such an unchokeable guy, don't you know?
Yeah.
Keep talking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, well, think of it this way. We're the family that you actually picked, except for the ones you got stuck with.
Oh, thank Christ.
Yeah, I know, right?
In no way am I Catholic.
How you landed on me, but that's another time.
Same here.
Okay. Because I don't think we've talked about our past. Like, like people listen to us and like, how the fuck did these three meet? So real quick, I used to dungeon master out of a comic book store. You two showed up, and that's really all that happened.
Right. Yeah, and I was like the weird, like judge, weird guy, MTG at said comic store who was big on Magic of the Gathering. And yeah, that's how I ran into Jeff. Because I ended up showing up for D&D one time because I've always loved D&D. But, you know, that whole stipulation of, oh, you're like a true nerd who will literally never find anyone if you play D&D. And that was the stupid thing I held for a long time. Not recent, obviously.
I was going to say, at least not for the past 6 years, I hope.
At least, no, like it was like the last 10, 15 years. It was basically like I got back from the Army and I was like, I almost died so many times. I should probably just do all the shit I used to think about anyway.
So with me, I met you guys because it's funny the way I met you guys is I met you guys through the comic book store, me showing up one random day. But actually, a friend of mine told me about the comic book store and that he's seen you guys on the podcast that you used to do, and that's what he mentioned it to me. And I was like, really let me go check this out. I was like, let me go check this out. And so, and my nephew at the time was interested in learning how to play D&D. I was like, you want to learn how to play D&D? I got you, bro.
So,
I was like,
my favorite part about Juan showing up, because Justin was already playing with us for a while. Juan shows up, and not even a couple of weeks later, I was like, yo, we got to stop for a bit. I'm about to have my first son. And, like, me and my wife were about to have a kid, and he was like, oh. And then a couple of weeks later, like, once everything panned out, it's just like, hey, you want to come to the house and play? Like, so.
yeah.
But, yeah, that's how we all met.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, my nephew didn't play for that long because he ended up moving out of town. He met a lady and went off to California, I think is where he is. But yeah, so hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if he's still playing or if he moved on or whatever. Probably moved on, but from D&D, that is, not moved off this coil. But,
I hope he's still playing Life.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's still playing Life, but I don't think he's playing D&D anymore. So I don't know. He didn't play for very long, so I don't know if he really got into it or not. But he still asks about you guys, though. He goes, "Hey, how's your friends that we went to the comic book store?" I was like, "Oh, they're doing great, man."
Wait, which one is this?
Gino.
Gio.
Oh, Gio. I'm sorry. I fucked his name up.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, I remember Gio. Okay,
yeah, Gio.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, that's cool to know
he's our family Santa Claus. That's because he's got that big thick beard.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I bought him a shirt a couple Christmases ago. Speaking of Christmas, I bought him a shirt that I forgot what it said. It said something like "This is the way I was born" or something like that, and it has a full beard. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. So anyway, so I have a lot of Christmas stories, but I'll narrow them down. So I know one thing you guys are going to be shocked that I never told you before, but also one of my fond Christmas memories is when my Uncle Elf from England came to America.
I'm sorry, what's your uncle's name?
Elf.
Okay.
Is it short for like Elfie or Elfson or something?
Yeah, something like that, but I always called him Uncle Elf. Okay. Everybody in my family always called him Uncle Elf.
Elphingston III.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Elphus.
Yeah, but everybody called him Elf. So his name is, as far as I know, is Uncle Elf. That's his name. So anyways, he comes one year and this man is awesome. He's always rolled his own cigarettes, which he almost got arrested, or I think he did get arrested once for when one of the visits he came.
Oh, of course.
Because the cops thought he was smoking weed.
Rolling a joint.
Yeah, rolling a joint in a bar. and he got arrested because he started arguing with the cops and told them, "Are you fucking stupid?"
I was going to say, yeah, just the very British accent.
British
Oi, back off, punk.
Yeah, exactly. And he was calling them names like cunt and all that stuff.
You damn Yanks, you don't know anything.
Yeah, basically. So, so my mom had to bail him out of jail. My mom had to bail him out of jail that year. But luckily that wasn't Christmas. That was just one of his visits. But anyway, so I remember him coming over one year, and he bought me a Nintendo. Sorry, showing my age again. I'm talking about original.
NES or like
NES original Nintendo.
He said Nintendo and got wide-eyed and looked at me like, sorry, it wasn't an N64 fucker.
Right, yeah, exactly. No, this was original Nintendo where you had to, with the cartridge, blowing it.
Which to anybody who's listening under the age of 20, just note that blowing into the cartridge, we believed it worked. It was something you were not supposed to do because you could have fucked up the cartridge itself with the wiring and the motherboard.
Right. But for some reason, everybody started blowing into it and thinking that actually helped the video game, and it did nothing whatsoever other than blow the dust out and probably put some spit in it.
I mean, that kept going because like I would do it like if I got worried about my PS1 or something, I'd just the disc.
Right. Oh yeah, with the disc, you'd blow on it, it'd steam up, you'd rub it on your shirt that had Cheeto dust on it, put it on, it fucking worked.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so he brought me my very first ever video game, and that was Nintendo, because I would never had Atari.
I mean, Sega Genesis was the first thing I played.
Yeah. So
and that was what?
But it was funny because later? Then I got an Atari after my Nintendo.
That's what's up.
One of the Christmases I had, my cousin got a Nintendo, and I remember playing the first Legend of Zelda game.
Right.
Which was fucking amazing.
So, showing my age again, Christmas traditions for us up until I stopped believing in Christmas and starting to hate the holiday and all that stuff like I do now because I'm an old Grinch.
You fucking Grinch.
Yeah, Grinch. There you go,
Grinch. Grinchy guy.
Yeah. I refer to myself as the Grinch all the time.
Grinch was just sound sensitive. It was fine.
Reference our official, not off the record last episode.
Right.
You know, we really talked about 3 Christmas horror movies for a long time, considering we're 3 dudes that love Halloween a lot better.
Oh yeah. Yep. Exactly.
I just figured.
But it's just fun though that like. You can make anything into a horror movie.
Yeah.
True. So, traditions as far as my household goes, and while I was still a child, was sitting down to Christmas or sitting down around Christmas time, watching A Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, the black and white one with
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So those movies. Let's see what's Miracle on 34th Street, and then there was one other one. I forget what it was.
I actually have a story about Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the title was, so I asked my stepmom if we could watch A Miracle on 159th. I couldn't remember what the name of the movie was, and she was like, "What?" I was like, the Santa Claus movie. She was like, "You mean Miracle on 34th?" I was like, "Oh." That sounds way better than what I just said.
159 today.
That's Chicagoan for you.
Yo,
Chicago/Hammond.
Where's this Miracle on Cicero?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. Right. All right. What was that? Christmas on LSD?
Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I was gonna say, for those of you not near the Chicago.
Yeah,
area. LSD is short for Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah. Context.
Yeah.
Context
so
Juan.
Much on the context, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Juan, to be perfectly honest, I didn't even think about the drug. You just said LSD, and I was like, it's so ingrained in my head.
Yeah, Lakeshore Drive, right. Plus, not only that, what is it, Guardian of the Galaxy?
LSD, yeah.
Yeah, the song. Lakeshore Drive is in that movie. But anyway, and then another thing, which I said it last 2 holiday specials we had already this year, is the peanut stuff. I love watching every year when I was a kid, all the peanut things, like the Christmas one on Christmas time. I used to love watching the animation of Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus,
Rudolph,
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Little Drummer Boy.
I haven't watched Little Drummer Boy in forever.
Those weird ones with the
Heat Miser.
Yeah, the Heat Miser ones, yes, and all that. The elf that wanted to be a dentist.
Oh, he was in Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph. Yeah, Rudolph. Yeah, and
my favorite part of Rudolph was the Island of Misfit Toys, and I wanted to be there so bad.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, so those are some of my fond memories of when I still believed in Christmas and still liked the holiday.
Bumble.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm just an old
Scrooge. Stick his pea soup out here.
I'm an old Scrooge, or as like one of my other buddies called me, Scrooge McDuck. Because he said that I don't like to spend my money.
That is a really good Christmas movie, Scrooge, with Bill Murray.
Oh, yes, I love that one, too.
Is so good. Yeah.
When she hits him in the fucking face with that frying pan, I love that sound effect.
Yeah, that was a good one. But, yeah, I love Scrooge, too. That's a good one. Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty much, I almost said your line, blase, but I didn't. But I just did right now. But, yeah, but sorry, blase.
He said it.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I mean, just when I was younger, fond memories. Now, not so much, but then I don't have kids, so.
I think me having.
I do enjoy it. Sorry, not to cut you off, but I do enjoy it, living it through other people's kids and stuff like that, seeing the joy in their eyes and all that stuff. I still find pleasure in that.
I love you guys.
That's what
I still find pleasure in that, but I mean, I'll just say that. I'll just leave it that as that. I find pleasure and then, one other thing, like I mentioned to you before we started recording, just this year, me and the wife went to Macy's for their Christmas thing because we're surprisingly actually got a reservation, which we were both shocked about. So we went there, and we made a couple of families really happy because we were, obviously taking pictures of ourselves by the tree and everything, and I made a couple of family members really happy, other people's families, because I'm really good at taking pictures with a cell phone, and I made sure I got the whole tree in their picture with them from head to foot and everything like that. I had the right perfect angle, and when the one of the mothers that came to us when we were getting ready to leave, she goes, "Oh, thank you so much. The picture you took of us, a whole tree, is the best picture." Aww. She was so happy, and it made her Christmas or whatever. Or at least I like to think it made her Christmas, even though I'm pretty sure that actually happened on Christmas. But
who the fuck was that?
Yeah, exactly. But so that happened, and then I gotta tell you guys the story just real quick. I was sitting at the table, and my wife came up to me, and she said, "Oh my God, you know what just happened?" She's been telling this story nonstop since the other day, so I'll share it with you guys and you listeners out there. She was in line to get her second plate, and this woman came up to this busha. I'm sorry, I'll say it that way because my wife's half Polish. Came up to the busha, her daughter, ripped a plate from her hand, slammed the thing closed with the food in it, and said, "It's time to take pictures," and walked away with her plate. My wife was in shock. She's like, "What the fuck? You're gonna do that in front of, in public and stuff like that, embarrass the mother, the grandma." I was like, man, I'm glad I wasn't in line. I would have been like, fucking chill out, lady. Let her eat her food. Then you can take your damn pictures. But so I'm glad I wasn't there.
It's fine. I didn't want any of that anyway.
I'm that person that I would embarrass somebody if they did something like that.
Oh,
I would straight up embarrass somebody for acting that way. But luckily, my wife is not me. She was just fine. She was shocked by it.
I was only thinking about what I would end up doing if somebody tried to do that with my food.
Oh, yeah. And then it's funny because my wife goes, man, if that was a Mexican mom or a grandma and you tried to take her plate from her, exactly, you'd get the chancla in public. Like, lick on my plate. Or hit her with the spoon. I'm surprised that. But okay, so go ahead, Justin.
Well, as a slight preamble to mine, do you figure they need our weird, barely coming across backstory before we physically became friends?
What do you mean? Oh, the fact that we went to the same high school and didn't know it?
And, probably missed each other in the hallway by, 5 millimeters somehow, and still...
100%, yeah.
I don't know. I just like when you tell that whole thing.
Oh, so without naming the school, me and Justin have been friends for about 5 years now, 5-6 years, probably longer than that.
Probably, yeah.
And we realized this year that we went to the same high school.
And know a lot of the same people.
Yeah, and know a lot of the same people, which is fucking nuts. Actually, no, it wasn't this year. I think it was last year when we went to the pumpkin patch with your dad.
Yeah, last year.
And we were talking about the area that we were in, and there was a lot of similarities between the two. And we're like, wait, what? Was that it? Was there anything else?
No, yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
I don't know. I mean, this is like the secret bonus episode anyway. I figured we'd throw extra stuff in there. But no, so I'm a lot like Juan, where I have, the corporate oligarchy is slowly ruining Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But I do have some decent, I don't know, I guess they're alright memories and things. So N64, when it came out, I magically got that for Christmas. And that's a definite memory. Star Wars Pod Racer, Perfect Dark, and just trying to like slaughter everything on the board in Perfect Dark with like a Callisto NTG or whatever the hell the name of the sniper rifle that could go through walls all the time.
Farsight.
The Farsight, thank you. And then probably even more better, like fuzzy, awesome feeling is I got the original Xbox, whatever year that was when it was coming out, or maybe the year after it came out. Because, I mean, my parents did awesome, but sometimes it wasn't always, like, right when stuff was coming out, which is understandable. Especially now, when we're talking about the current economic landscape. But anyway.
Yeah, it's really hard. You're like, oh, my God, I remember the one year I was like, I really want Magic cards. Because it's when I got into it. It's like, I really want Magic cards. I just want a pack of whatever. I just want Magic cards. Yeah. And I got a deck of Magic cards.
Magic the Gathering?
No, it was a Magician's set of cards. Oh. And I was like,
Magic.
And I was like, I can't be upset. Thanks.
Oh, so you wanted Magic the Gathering?
I wanted Magic the Gathering cards, and I got it.
Gave you like a Magician's set.
I felt like it should have been like my hero origin.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. But yeah, I was just like, oh, hey, I want Magic cards. Oh, shit, I got Magic cards. Is this your card? Kind of shit, so.
That's funny.
That's actually a really good one, Joe.
Yeah, that's a really good one because it's like grown-ups misunderstanding stuff all the time. That's funny.
Also, if I knew back then how many socks I would receive as an adult, I wouldn't have bitched about it when I was younger. Because getting socks as a present it's not a want, it's a need. So when I get them now as an adult, I'm like, yes. So
yeah, but yeah, getting original Xbox one Christmas too, right around when original Xbox came out, the first one, playing like Star Wars Clone Wars and like a bunch of different, because I got some games with it. But yeah, there's just like, regardless of what happened to me overseas, blah, 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 any of that shit, like, there's always something sticking in my head, in the back of my head, regardless of what happens to me, of, like, that clone tank, like, going through wherever on, like, Geonosis or whatever in the Clone Wars game.
I remember getting it, like I said, in N64. I'd gotten Ocarina of Time, and my friend had come over to stay the night. And we were up playing it for a long time. And obviously, didn't go to bed. And woke up we stayed up and we went from playing Ocarina of Time to pulling out my Sega Genesis and playing Toe Jam and Earl. And then realizing that it was 8 o'clock in the morning and that one of us should go to bed. But yeah.
Actually, some of my favorite Christmas presents, besides the Nintendo, is when my family would actually buy me art supplies, which is funny because I'm surprised I didn't turn out more like Julio.
Yeah.
Because I used to love art. When I was younger, I was always drawing, coloring, stuff like that. I would never let anybody touch my pencils or pens or paint or anything.
That's my shit.
Right, exactly. And whenever somebody did touch it, I would know immediately after I came home from school. I'd be like, "Who touched my stuff?"
I think
something's moved.
I think outside of like getting video games because like that was like cause I was a big gamer.
Yeah,
still am.
Still is.
Same. Like getting video games for Christmas, like especially being younger. I was like, "Oh, thanks. This is okay. That's fine. Okay, I'll play this. I'll beat it in 3 days." But when I would get books, I was ecstatic. It's like, here we go. That's how I got my first Lord of the Rings set, because nobody in my family knew what it was. I just said I wanted it, and they were like, okay. But then getting
the joys of being an only child, asking for something and actually getting what you
want. It's not it was not as fancy as you think it was. It was a rarity for me, but that really wasn't the thing. I think the biggest thing that I look back at, like my Christmases, was all the time I got to spend with people that I don't see anymore or that have passed away.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember going to Chicago, like old school Chicago, visit my great grandparents, just for me to get wrapped in wrapping paper and bows put on my head by my fucking cousins.
Yeah.
Like, and then having to walk down stone stairs, like shit was nuts. But yeah, just those experiences again of like people I don't get a chance to see anymore because life or they've passed on and I can't get those Christmas memories back. So, whoever you got in your family, whether you like them or not, just cherish what you have at the moment because you don't know when you're going to lose it. It's my biggest thing.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, since we all are seeming to strike out away from warm and fuzzies with young video gaming, my one that is relatively unrelated, although it's still media, which probably just speaks to me as a person any damn way. We would barely go to IMAX Navy Pier. But the one year, I forget what year Christmas it was or how old I even was, we went Christmas Eve afternoon to Fantasia on IMAX. And it blew me the fuck away.
I bet it did.
And I was like, nuts. This is like the greatest Christmas ever because the Fantasia just on IMAX, the giant fucking screen, and I was, I wasn't old like now, I was younger. That was just such a cool memory because it was Christmas Eve afternoon.
You're talking about Fantasia as in the Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, Disney.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my God!
Follow the Mountain King.
I was gonna say, seeing Chernobog on a screen like that must have been nuts.
It was amazing. And that's like my only core Disney thing either, if I'm being real. I mean, aside from now where they bought Alien and Marvel and all this other stuff. Well, like earlier Disney before all the acquirings and everything.
But no, that's great because that was probably, well, I don't know about you, but that was my first foray
Foray, yeah.
Into classical music.
I think that was everybody in this generation's foray into classical music. What, like, there's hippos dancing. What is it called? Well,
no, I had a weird thing with Gershwin and Rhapsody in Blue before that, actually.
Oh, really?
Fair enough. Yeah, I grew up with a lot of Mozart and Bach.
Yeah, Mozart. And, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say my family's too nice, but it was definitely a different experience as far as like getting into things that are harmless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like classical. It was like a different experience for me getting into things that aren't like alternative-y or anything.
But like, so the last thing for me at least that I can think of is that as getting older, the one thing I hated for Christmas is like, I don't know, Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve, somebody in my family going, oh crap, I didn't get a present for so-and-so. Jay, you drive now, you go get it. Why me? The fuck? You go do it. I can't leave. We have family coming over. You think I want to damn it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the inner Scrooge coming out, but the one thing I hate about the holidays is when the stores put that stuff in the front. I can't stand that smell, and my wife laughs every time.
Are you talking about like the pine cone smell?
Yes. That. They put it right in the front of the store, and every time I walk into the store, I'm like, ooh! I can't stand that smell.
I just got smacked in the tree by a fucking pine. Like, I just got smacked in the face with a pine tree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't like that smell at all.
Fuck out of here, mate.
I hate that. And put that in the back of the store, please.
Wow,
and then whoever really loves it,
you
can
really
go get
are
it.
Scrooged.
Yeah, exactly. I can't. Oh my God, that smell. makes me gag. I don't know what it is. That and peas.
Peas?
Yeah, peas.
Like the food?
Yeah, I gag.
That was the most, like, Christmas, non-Christmas shit in the world.
Yeah.
And I love green. It's just can't
don't put peas in the casserole. You'll piss off Juan for Christmas.
Exactly.
Peas and pine cones.
Yeah, exactly. Peas and pine cones.
What?
The 2 P's of rage from Juan.
Pretty much.
I swear to God.
It pees me off.
I swear to Christ that we're going to be out somewhere and we're going to find a traveling salesman that is selling both peas and pine cones. And we need to take his supply because that man has sent us on a quest that we need to fucking finish.
A little insight in my world, everybody.
Oh my God.
What's up?
So, like, I'm a sensory guy. I love sight, smell, whatever.
Right.
It's also probably why I'm on the spectrum. But I love the smell of the holidays. Like, I have a warmer, which I'm happy I didn't put on because it's fucking pine tree smell. But just, like, presents, like...
No, I'm okay with pine. It's that fake smell that they put on the acorns. I can't stand it. It makes me gag, you know.
This is going to sound weird.
No, like...
So, I like wrapping presents because I like the smell of wrapping paper. So that does it for us for this year. As I said in the last one, I just want to thank everybody that has rocked with us since the beginning of this year. We will be back, I promise you, January 16th for a brand new season of the Koffin Click podcast. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and again, just be safe.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, take care. Happy holidays, yo.